Welcome back, and I say that knowing full well that it's been only a few seconds since I left you, though for you it's probably been a little longer than that. Now, he just gave me the Shadow Ball TM, and okay, whee! See that physical impossibility I was talking about in the last video? Well, there it is, you just saw it. So that Shadow Ball TM he gave me, Shadow Ball, the move, it always reduced special defense, okay? But in Generations 2 and 3, it was a physical move. That's right, a physical move that lowers special defense. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Of course, it makes a lot more sense now that it's special, like it's always been supposed to. And one thing, though, is that they did something interesting with Crunch. See, Crunch used to lower special attack, special defense, rather, when it was special. But now that it's physical, they changed it to reduce physical defense, and I find that pretty neat, actually. It makes Crunch slightly more useful in, you know, spamming situations, like choice items and such. But okay, now I'm going to do that mandatory random battle to try and find the legendary dogs. This is a dog, but it sure ain't legendary. And after that, I'm going to cut it right there, and I am going to hunt for Psyduck a certain night this week. I don't know when it'll be done, but it doesn't matter, because if you're seeing this, then it's already been done. So I will be seeing you at night when Psyducks can actually spawn here. And we're back for the meat of what is my 200th video! 200 videos, can you believe that? Anyway, I just put Gengar as my lead, since its job is to find and capture Psyduck. Well, not as much find as it is capture, but you get the idea. Anyway, Psyduck has a 30% chance of appearing in the National Park at night, which is equal to my chances of missing with Thunder, which are actually pretty damn good chances if I can judge by my experiences with the move so far. And here is a Psyduck. So the first step, as usual, is going to be putting it to sleep with Hypnosis, hoping it connects. Yep. It's almost a coin toss with 60% accuracy, but I can manage that. I always get fairly lucky with Hypnosis, much less so with Thunder. Okay, Nightshade is to weaken it because anything else will kill the thing. Well, Ice Punch, I'm not sure, but my Ice Punch is actually pretty strong and I'm not going to risk it. Besides, it's in the red already. So let's chuck a Pokeball and see how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Oh man! I thought it was in for sure. I mean, it's in the red. It's asleep. What more do you want? Okay, let's try this again. Hopefully, this is the right one, because if I use all my balls on freaking Psyduck, I'm going to be pretty sad. Okay. There we go. So the next step now is going to head back to Violet City and get that Psyduck on my team. And Eevee's going to be the one to go because it doesn't do anything at all. And there's also an item to be obtained in Violet City by surfing. I don't remember what it is, but I know there's an item there. Anyway, while I'm heading there, it's mailbox time! Yep, a recurring theme in the comment sections of my videos from the first to the last, these last few days, has been starters. I've discovered that people are very, very attached to their starters. So much so, in fact, that they like to entertain all kinds of delusions about their favorite starters. One mailer, well, I say mailer, but it's commentator, whatever you want to call it, said that Charizard is so awesome that it can destroy any opponent, even Blastoise if you play your card right. Yeah, because Blastoise is such a hard foe to kill. It's right. Blastoise is apparently a god among Pokemon, but Charizard can beat it, so it's an even bigger god. Alright, so the guy didn't say it like that. It was just for comedic effect. as I just bought 10 Pokéballs in order to help me catch Lapras, because I'm not confident in my chances of catching it with just 5 balls, because I haven't checked the catch rates, but I think Lapras should be pretty low, much lower than Psyducks, for example, so at least I'm going to have 15 balls to try and catch it. Now I'm depositing Eevee and withdrawing Psyduck, because, well, as I said, Eevee's not doing anything, and, oh yeah, I was forgetting to give Psyduck Surf, because Psyduck isn't going to do much if I don't give it Surf. So anyways, I was saying, well, Charizard is apparently so powerful that it can defeat any opponent, even Blastoise. And while, well, Blastoise, to be honest, isn't the hardest foe to kill, even with a type disadvantage, yes, maybe Charizard can beat Blastoise if you play your cards right. But higher than Blastoise, you're screwed. The day Charizard takes on an Aerodactyl one-on-one and lives, then I'll be impressed. Not before that. Furthermore, there's only one thing that Charizard can claim that it's better than anyone else at doing, and it's Belly Drum. And, oh, it's a rare candy! So that's worth 3 nights at Buena's. I'm not gonna spit on that, oh no. So, essentially, Belly Drum is Charizard's only salvation. Special sets, you don't even have to get out of the Fire Flying typing to get something that's better. Moltres does them better. And for physical sets, well, even though it's not Fire Flying, it's Fire Fighting instead, Infernape is just so much better that it's completely worth the change in typing. Face it, Charizard's only purpose is to Belly Drum. And I checked before going on the air, and only 40% of Charizards have Belly Drum. That means that 60% of the people that use Charizard don't even have a clue. Which suggests to me that Charizard is only the 3rd most used fire type because of its popularity. And that theory is given a whole lot of credibility by the fact that if tierings were to be determined by the unrated ladder, Charizard would be overused very, very easily. And keep in mind, that's the same overused tier where stuff like Electivire lurks. You know, the kind of stuff that's like, why is it even overused? Well, Charizard makes stuff like Electivire look like genuine powerhouses. Is Charizard the 3rd best fire type in the game? No. Is it in the top 5? I don't think so. Personally, I've said it before, I'd take Moltres over it, I'd take Arcanine over it, and I would even take Blaziken over it. Now, keep in mind that Blaziken's usage is seriously hampered by how much better Infernape is, but I'd still take Blaziken over Charizard. Now, I haven't quite exhausted the subject just yet, but I'm going to stop here for now, because the thing is, if I go down all the way to the level where Lapras is, well, today is Thursday, so it's not gonna spawn, so when I use my save state tomorrow, Lapras won't be there. And I'm not even sure it works even with the regular save file. It may work, but I'm not even going to attempt it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to head down that ladder that is just south of me, and I will be catching Lapras and finishing up that rant tomorrow. Well, hopefully.